So, the first big R.E.P.O update is out, and it's of course pretty good.
Bro, I'm gonna die, man. I'm gonna. No, no.
Well,
no,
good luck.
No,
See you on the
you
other
can't,
side.
This can't be. No, you can't do this to me. You can't do this to me. No.
What the?
God.
Now, though that the dust has settled, I want to look into the main things the update added and talk about whether they added something good to the game or bad to the game. I want to start with the negatives because there aren't many, and it lets me get my hot takes out of the way. Firstly is the new upgrades. They added the crouch rest upgrade and the wings upgrade. I understand them wanting to add new upgrades to the game, but they shouldn't force it. The wings upgrade is funny, but ineffective until higher levels, at which point it's just good in the museum and pretty nice in the castle layout. I feel this isn't necessarily the wings' fault, since the reason they help in the museum and castle is because those maps are much more open. Since whether or not these things are helpful is dependent on a dice roll, and you have to commit to buying like 5 of them to get good use out of them, it just makes you wonder why you didn't buy a tumble launch upgrade instead. The crouch rest upgrade is actually a good late game upgrade. And now that it charges stamina even while crouch walking, not just crouching, it has become a lot better. The thing I don't like about the upgrade is that it removes one of the most interesting risk versus reward interactions in the game. I've never played a game quite like R.E.P.O, where your stamina is actually a stat you need to babysit and keep your eyes on to make sure it doesn't deplete too much. You have to use the stamina sparingly even with loads of stamina, since it recharges so slow.
Doesn't make sense, though.
I understand why this upset people, because it is annoying that you have to wait so long for it to recharge, but that's because unlike any other game, like, I don't know, Lethal Company, where stamina isn't that powerful, and just about every creature can still catch you while you're sprinting, in R.E.P.O most creatures can't do anything if you run away. And funnily enough, the ones that can catch you are seen as the most powerful enemies in the game. Need an example? How about the Headman? He can catch you.
Lack of things.
What about the Huntsman? He can shoot you. Meanwhile, the Reaper, Robe, even the Gnomes, Bangers, and yes, even the Trudge can't hit you if you literally just run by them. Obviously, you can't run forever, so enemies like the Robe may get you, but the ability to run by and then instantly get all your 100 stamina back is very powerful. Honestly, this upgrade is my go-to because the ending sequence where you have to run to the truck is trivialized by the fact that you can get all your stamina back instantly. Of course, if the Headman or Huntsman are present, that won't work so good. My point is, though, that I like the downside of stamina always being a careful balance of risk versus reward. Okay, moving on to the good stuff. Firstly, the museum. This map is essentially the opposite of the manor, which is a good thing. The manor is extremely cramped with these tight corridors leading to close encounters with monsters. The museum, on the other hand, is much larger, giving you more time to respond to monsters. In exchange, however, you have very few places to hide. All of this comes together to create a very combat-focused environment, which I love. The aesthetic of the museum is also phenomenal. I'm not big into the lore of this game, but I can appreciate that they're doing something for the people who do care. I also love how barren the map is. The bleak white walls, clearly showing signs of wear, really sell this place as an old ruins. I was initially worried when I found out they would be adding paintings and decor to the layout during the beta testing, but honestly that was the right call. A lot of the charm is put into the graffiti and paintings, while still making the place feel empty. Alright, now I want to talk about the biggest change. The change that makes my bonkers playstyle work, even though it probably shouldn't.
Shh, shh. My name is Did You Trust Me? And you're gonna explode right now, pal! Did you get him? Did he get him?
Yeah, but I think he died.
Where's his head? Oh, I found his head. I got his...
The overhaul to combat. That is to say, the massive buff to combat. Now, they did add these moon cycles, which do significantly increase the difficulty of the game, especially with the new overcharge mechanic, which effectively makes using strength on monsters solo pointless. Making strength suck is a big nerf, but then they went ahead and increased the effectiveness of guns tenfold. Before, guns had very little ammo, were crazy expensive, and the fact that you have to maintain them with these stupid crystals made them all but useless as a tool for longer runs. Now there are more guns, the Glock has more ammo, and every gun is way more accurate. Honestly, the higher accuracy is overkill, and until the very late game, it's very easy.
You guys got that.
To finish this video off, I want to talk about my favorite change, the new cart cannon and cart laser. These two weapons are a must-have for the late game and are very fun to use. The real difficulty of them, honestly, comes from the balance of keeping your battery high by only shooting high-value targets that don't just die to 2 pistol shots. I made a video on my initial thoughts of the cart cannon and cart laser, and since the carts haven't changed since then, the video still holds up, so if you want to hear a little more on the carts, you can check that out. For now though, I want to finish off by saying this update is an overwhelming success. And while there weren't any new monsters added, we got a plethora of interesting toys to mess around with. And hey, they nerfed the screamers, so I can't complain. Anyways, see you next time, and if you like this video, then like this video, also subscribe. Okay, bye.
It's funny.
Did you actually buy the funny bridge?
No, what? I would never. Sorry, I was just messing with you. I would never.
Yeah, he would never.
No,
I swear to God.
I would never.
You know
buy
what? Let me
funny.
check this. Hold on. You're monkey, right?
Yeah, what?
Let's see. You don't have the funny bridge?
Go away.
Dude, no!